Sana kwa sana album reviews, karibu sana kwa yet another one. Na bado the missing link kwa hii Helix haipo, so acha kwanza tuanze na yeye, alafu tukuje tusikie maoni yetu. But acha ni mention tunaangalia album ya Juliani kama jinsi title ya hii video inavyosema. Rekodi yake ya 4 yenye ilitoka this is funny. Juu kwa hii album imekuwa in the making for a very long time. Online uko na studio sessions from even 2 years back akirecord Masterpiece. Uko na the idea ya Masterpiece being introduced kwa Exponential Potential, his third album. So ni kitu imekuwa in the making for such a long time, and then the promo pia ameifanya kwa muda mrefu. Ilikuwa itoke 2020, that didn't happen. Na ukiangalia the details za the album na the EPK inasema 2020 May, so kuna April. Yeah. Ni birthday month yake. And alafu part nilikuwa nasema why this is interesting ni juu again for 2020 iko itoke 17th Sunday fulani na iko release 2021 ikakuwa pushed mara sijui Monday then Wednesday, but I think you can say 17th ama 18th ndio siku ilikuwa released. But first tusikie toka Musoti, alafu we come back with them boys.
Juliani. Okay. So hii review inaenda kwa short. Juliani akona an album inaitwa Masterpiece, and it's a masterpiece. The end.
Yeah, now that mesikia maoni ya Musoti pale.
I really loved this project. I really loved this album. The album. Okay, so a few confessions before Nyanze could give my thoughts on the album is I am constantly searching for a really good Christian album. It's hard to find a good Christian rap album, especially from Kenya. At the whole entire world, I have very few Christian rap albums zenye nazihesabu kwa my fingers zenye zinani intrigue, mostly from beginning to finish. Hadi half the album. It's usually hard to. I feel most Christian rappers wanna end up towards the more trap sounding Nina. That is never a sound that I've always liked. So yeah, it's been a challenge. And now Juliani gave me that. Hakunipatia a political album. That's actually what I expected. I expect a more political album with, the government, rights and the likes, and he didn't give us that. Ali iton down kiasi akatupatia an album yenye kona themes zenye ziko Christian like ni kitu yenye from the beginning unasikia na Snobbish Old Man wakati anakompea God na nini, anakwambia all the nini, hizi perceptions zenye tuko nazo na God na what God truly is, alafu anamaliza na that thing beat yenye iko hapo mwisho wa the nini. It was just brilliant. Alafu the next song, I just love this album. Besides the themes, juu ameongea juu ya vitu mingi, ameongea juu ya God, ameongea juu ya life, ameongea juu ya death, especially kwa song Ska, Inheritance ya Kamba. Man, that was deep. Like anaongea juu ya suicide in a more realistic way. I was listening to that song and nilikuwa na feel emotions zangu zikiinvokiwa and the like, and very few artists can actually do that, and very few Kenyan artists actually do that with me. Na ni kitu yenye most people who resonate na, most people wenye wamekuwa na hizi thoughts and the likes wana resonate na hii topic, and it's nice to see mtu ameaddress in a good way, ameaddress in a way that sounds good. So kuna ngoma ka stories that zenye amenikumbusha vitu. Okay, najua probably she's obviously older than me. So yeah, amenikumbusha like things that used to happen and the like, and amenikumbusha the fact that he's actually one of the OGs. Like kuna vitu zenye anaongea about zenye una realize like rappers wenye nilikuwa nasikiza, hizo collective rap groups zenye nilikuwa nasikiza za Kenya growing up, it's something that he was part of. Like nikiwa Raima, he was part of a rap group and he was making good music out here. Generally, just the whole album, Tumbo to Tombstone, Mabawa, kuna Just Another Tuesday, kuna Stories at Ene, I've already mentioned that, kuna Blah Blah Blah, kuna Simultaneously. The themes ziko hapo. I feel like Juliani set out to create a masterpiece, and that's what he ended up giving us, both in terms of content and showing us, I think, just life in general, how life is supposed to be. And I love this album for that. When it comes to selection of beats, mimi, I'm not a fan of trap. Never been a fan of trap. And in kitu yenye kila mtu anajua, everyone who knows me knows that. So me, I was amazed that in this day and age, unaweza pata an album yenye all the beats si trap. Better than them was the song that ilikuwa na a little bit of a trap vibe to it, lakini haikuwa trap, so hatuwezi iweka kwa hiyo bracket. And I was amazed. Kuna ngoma zingine ziko na horns, zingine ziko na the pianos. I don't know, I just loved the production kwa hii album. It was a clean production. Ulikuwa unazisikia the instruments penye zimechezwa, bass iko safi, unasikia Juliani vizuri, like hakui drowned na the beat, ama sauti yake hai drown the beat, iko tu perfectly balanced. To me, I really love this album. Nikianza kutafuta something wrong with it, labda nianze kunitpick juu okay, kuna ngoma ka Locks to My Socks, hiyo ndio like the beat was a little bit not my ilikuwa ina sound more kapuka than hip hop, so I didn't feel it as much, but still you only couldn't pick because the song itself is great. Kuna some bars zenye maybe zilikuwa out of place, but ni some, and this is me nitpicking by the way. This project is good, and this project ni kitu yenye the moment nilisikiza nikamaliza niko like I'm sure ishakuwa contender ya favorite album of the year already, na hata mwaka ndio tuko match. This album is good. Juliani set out to make a masterpiece. It took a while before it come out, but yeah, it is a masterpiece. Juliani, keep making music like this. Najua hao watu wengine hawako na mimi hapa, so hawezi nini, but if you know a really good Christian rap album, both local ama international, that I can listen to, suggest this is one of the times yenye nimeona a Kenyan album. It's actually the first Kenyan album I'm enjoying in a full rap album. That's Christian. I really hope I get to hear the next project and the next project after that and the next project after that. Rating yake between 0 to masterpiece, it scores a masterpiece.
Masterpiece, fourth studio album ya Juliani that imekuwa long awaited. All organized some listening sessions where fans wali get kuzisikiza before na kuinteract with the project. Na alafu
book reading
with alafu kulikuwa na book reading kupitia the lyrics, and hizi sessions alikuwa nazo, and ulikuwa part of a session or so, na nilikuwa too curious pia and then before a week ago tuli have a conversation kuhusu wewe kutaka kusikiza his third studio album kwanza, and then come into this now ujaribu kudraw parallels. So ningependa sana kuona your kind of experience going into masterpiece, and then to get into it.
Okay. So vile nilianza hiyo shughuli ya kuingia hizo zingine niko na hapana. Juu niliona nikisikiza kwanza hizo so recently, then nisikie masterpiece just immediately after, nitaingia na preconceived notions za kile nimetakusikia from the previous works, nitacarry over into masterpiece. Siwezi sema that didn't happen because obviously nimesikiza work zake over time, like since kitambo, but nilikuwa like vile nikachini sasa kwanza kusikiza masterpiece before ni go back to them, nikaona if I do that, like I might end up like trying to compare that to the previous ones, na itakuwa unaangalia the project as its own, like vile amekuoffer. So niliona wacha aside I'll do that on my own time, ndio niweze ku decipher Juliani more because of his writing. Getting into the actual project, Hagai, that is how you start a project. What do you mean? Like mimi vile ilianza tu hivyo lakini ilini throw in a good way, and like nile it caught my attention ile mbona naongelea za hagai unajua Hosea and then
nafasi ongelea la
and then inaendelea anyway
iliku catch by surprise in a good way.
In a good way ile like it was like cuz ajanza in the typical all the typical vile watu huanza sort of
yo
you know like it's such a what's it called clickbait boy kuingia vile unaingia tu
start.
So getting into that song nini snobbish old man ningetaka sana kuongelea each song individually but I don't think we have the time and like hiyo itakuwa review itakuwa tu breakdown first of all as a whole like hii project ni very existential na feel Juliani anaangalia anaangalia mortality but then again his previous works zile nakumbuka like lyrics from here and there you ongelea like you touch on death quite a lot hata kama ataongelea like whole verses ataongelea like whole songs kama hii like hii project like ameongelea death in such a like suicidal manner that yeah and the whole project is peppered with death like kila mahali sio na dedi kwa sababu wana do kulingina nasema hii lyric ya air ni cheap kwa mse like poor guy ule ako alive. I'm paraphrasing though and then like kama dedi ni expensive kwa rich guy cause easy afford in terms of vile ameandika the things he's writing on like na feel it's very self reflective the tone ile ametumia like from snobbish old man uko mwisho na feel it was such a turnaround when anaingia the praise and worship bit although I would have done away with it mostly for listening aesthetics but I understand what he's going for na I feel cause snobbish old man it's such a vile inaanza na vile ana progress uko mwisho ni kama na feel ni kama anajaribu ku placate God kiplani like from vile amesema and then so the whole album is very God heavy as well like it's very anashina kitu kayo tumbo to tombstone like that's just basically ana praise God to some extent but like ana pepper here and there stories atene ile ni bamba in terms of like the nostalgia obviously kuna wase kadhaa itawabamba juu wako huko the disconnect hiyo nilipenda hiyo and then I always enjoyed listening to Sheng ikisemwa na wase like hatuko like for example to grow up in the same area per se because we grew up east lakini si D I think I grew up D si ndio akisema Nyangech so minimally grow kwa sema Nyange but like ni it's the little things na kushow the language you develop as in ili nifurahisha kusikiza hii project na feel it has a lot to unpack in terms of like kwanza vile akiongelea death akiongelea suicide pia anaongelea story na do na akiongelea like the meaninglessness of life na pena vile anaongelea now there are places nilikuwa na feel akirap ilikuwa na sound ni kama ana flab the like nikali mess a word or something like you know when a rap is rapping and then akiingia in the next bar kuna vile anaweza ingia akiwa unsure and you can tell kuna places nilikuwa na feel hivyo but then again cause nimeweza kusikia wase who rap like their style is very compact it's not everywhere ka Juliani naweza sema maybe mimi ndio sikuwa nasikia like it could be a style thing and for the longest time pia I had a problem getting into Juliani because of his style but like his writing is so interesting like lazima nisikize unajua okay si lazima but like the writing is so interesting it pulls me in to actually get into his style. I'm pretty sure I have a lot because I have a lot to unpack with this album but unaweza endelea man. But I really enjoyed this album as
alright
the beats were dope sorry because the beats nimependa the beats were dope and diverse and I'd like to say this album sounded like an album if you know you know
Kwa hivyo kumuuliza explain tu ndio. Oh, 'cause, you know. Okay, Juliani, masterpiece. First of all, finally, release album, because the teasing was getting kind of too much, kidogo too much.
Kidogo tu.
Yeah, it was,
Tad bit.
yeah, it was just a tad. I also enjoyed the album. In its the larger picture of it, nilipenda sana. But kuna some things that I felt could have either been done better or been included or zingetolewa.
Interjection kiasi tu.
Yana mambo.
Mna force, it's something nilikuwa nafikiria, mna force ikiwa kwa at the end of the year your top 10s.
Top 10s worldwide ama top 10s Kenya?
Kenya ndio.
Definitely.
Definitely.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Man.
What do you mean?
Top 10.
Kwani last time tulisikiza mangoma na nyinyi?
Unasema kuna some things
Yeah.
zifanye better na then.
Yeah. Nilipenda Snobby Shalman. First
Yeah.
of all,
Nilikuwa kusema nilikuwa sure vile nilisikia nilikuwa sure umeipenda.
first of all, the culture shock, because you know it was in a capture attention yako. Those first two lines, agai ho hozana wa hozea. Those
Ndio wao soma Biblia.
I'm not religious. Yeah, nilipenda sana. Also, nilipenda how he kinda did it in a reminiscent of Nyash with the vocals.
I knew you'd say that.
Lazima man.
Because we only noticed.
Yeah, the whoa, he just did it with the vocals. At some point, it kind of started getting monotonous. So I'm glad that he didn't do it for too long.
Do what the bo.
The whoa and the vocals and
You.
yeah. Now the singing part, though I liked it, I feel angeitoa ayeke as an outro. Yeah, as an outro. Then masterpiece, ayeke as a second track. Alright, that's just how I felt.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I felt with Locks to My Socks, meaning real, the boy real, and the singing, how nitatangaza ukweli, something like that. Nearly feel in iko somewhat aligned with what the message of Locks to My Socks is. Meaning real, the boy need a gangster,
Yeah, I'm saying.
gangster pastor.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
And
Vile nasema hivyo nikifikiria like naona inawaka.
You're
No,
welcome.
Ah.
Again, nitareiterate kenye nimesema, nilipenda production and the musicality was diverse from jazz to hip hop. Looks to My Socks is kind of dancehall kidogo.
To like sort of rock influences with Masterpiece.
Masterpiece, yeah.
I think kuna beat plan nisikeke iko na kapuka influences. But I can't remember ni gani.
Yeah.
Kuna everything.
Yeah, it has everything. Now, my only issue with the production is Nili feel sometimes they were really, really good in as a whole. Nili feel ili complemented both the message na delivery yake. Other times Nili feel ni kazi ilikuwa zinagongana. One example of place Nili feel zinagongana kiplani was something like kwa C'est La Vie, Inheritance ya Kamba. While I liked the jazz and the keys, the jazz and the key thing that he does, really feel the kicks and snares and the main keys zilikuwa a bit too up tempo for what Inheritance ya Kamba is about. So kuna hizo in incompatible moments. Locks to My Socks as well, really feel the beat does no justice to the message na venye ali approach. Really feel ni kazi ilikuwa zinagongana. Production that I really liked was Just Another Tuesday. The guitar was amazing. Nilipenda guitar.
The minute Just Another Tuesday inaanza, hiyo beat inaanza hivi hata kabla ya rap.
Yeah.
You know that's a fire beat.
Yeah.
You know that's a fire beat.
The guitar was
Then kuna hizo harmonies.
it was
Ilipatia mood.
absolutely it was just perfect. It was just absolutely perfect. Nilipenda simultaneously pia nilipenda Another incompatible one was Mabawa. I felt Mabawa, if ingekuwa a bit laid back, especially because it comes after Inheritance ya Kamba, ingekuwa so perfect. Ingekuwa perfect because Inheritance ya Kamba, the way it ends, only the time to switch on off, and then comes in just slow dog, like in a low register, and just calm, and the message of Mabawa, it would have been perfect. My main issue with Masterpiece is, while the songs are really good, the writing is really good. It's Juliani after all. Really feel if kungekona something that ties the album together, just a little bit more cohesion. Because while really feel the themes, while they were zilikuwa na repetiwa in other tracks, na feel they were kinda everywhere, and there was no way to kinda
weave through.
My idea was, if angefanya the idea simultaneously, equate the whole thing, the album, because tunaishi in past, present, and future. That was a very interesting concept. Very, very interesting. Ilinibamba sana. So if you think about it, unakanyanga mchanga, you're made of sand, you're presently stepping on sand.
You're the place, same place, tarudi.
That was amazing, and it showcased Juliani prowess yake ya uandishi.
Like how he paints pictures with his pen.
It's
very
that was absolutely standout. Though niko na issue kidogo na writing yake, it's sometimes frustrating, because one line it's kind of cheesy and na feel iko cringy kidogo, and then immediately after
Jesus hawezi sema ile sapa alikula disciples ilikuwa la sapa. Bila alipigwa moja na Judas. Si alikula kichapo.
You get, like, it's while they're interested, kuna zingine for example, there's one he says uliza Cinderella ata
madem yatu haba.
You're like, really, Juliani? And then immediately after that, a few lines after, he says too big you are small to
because of
faith.
something else.
It's like, that's a bar.
Nili anasema nini, kuna bila na phrase hivyo though, anasema faith ya stone, like stone throw away.
No, he actually says
that's a different one. Yeah, that's a different one.
Too big you are small, ukiwa na faith. I was like,
kick in the door.
Though
sikuipenda.
Kick in the door.
Hiyo like
clearly, man. Me honestly, compared to the whole hata dem kiatu kwa na happy ending, I was like, nah. So na hizo stuff ziko passed throughout the project. Like there's some lines that you're like, nah, if unge tweak to just a little bit more, ungekalia just a little bit better,
then sound dope.
Yeah.
Nimetumoni wakanye msiji west Kamba Rose.
See, these are lines. Ni mingi, there's the fruit punch one you locks to my socks.
Na bado ya Ambarosa kuna ingine alisema ni always kuna ingine bado ya Ambarosa anasema achani ya future na Sierra. Kuna ingine Ambarosa anasema na
Sierra.
Like they're sparse everywhere. They're sparse everywhere.
On a soul kashura.
Yeah, on a shoot like.
Mimi nisikia niliget, I was like, okay, na get how na soul kashura. Lakini kashura yake kuna.
But does it make sense?
Doesn't make sense.
Does it make? The question is, does it make sense?
Kashura yake kuna viatu, and shura yake kuna soul. Kwani kuna soul mingi?
It's a very weird bar.
They're very
like ukiangalia ndio ina make sense, lakini it makes sense. Like it's not anyway.
Yeah,
it's not tangible sense.
And especially kwa locks to my socks. I think kuna some tracks where there are more those weird lines than others. Locks to my socks, C'est la vie, for example. I wanna say la vie. If kungekuwa na like a thread that's weaving everything together, I feel it would have been really good. And the reason I'm saying simultaneously, the whole past, present, and future, it could work because in the past, ukona stories at tele. In the present, you have things like, the social commentary of many than them.
Better than them.
No, it's many. We are many than.
Yeah, actually, we are many than
them.
them.
The title is better than.
Yeah, typo nini.
Wanaongelea
Metadata.
Wanaongelea the classism,
Yeah, metadata. So that's present. And then future, you have things like, inheritance ya camper, which, so ukona that thread that kind of just ties everything together. Sikupenda Locks to My Socks. I didn't like it when it came out. I didn't like the video. And I didn't like it here. I'm sorry. Tumbo to Tombstone, I get it, but Minimson and hell. So the whole the whole religion thing, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. The whole
Shaito kujia mtu wako.
No, really, tunajua kuna appointment. It's cool. But the whole Tombstone thing and I don't know.
Ngori.
But that's just my
that's just you.
personal prejudice, whatever the plural of prejudice is. But yeah, other than that, I did enjoy the album, and yeah,
it was a really good listen, na kila time nilikuwa na taka kuisikiza for the review, nilikuwa excited, nilikuwa na furaha kwenda kuisikia
na kuget.
Just going back
you
to
actually wanted to do this one.
nilikuwa nataka ku get into the work, ni sikiza the album again, ni enjoy the moments in there. Na that definitely is attributed to the things we have mentioned, which hatukusema tukianza, but part of the things you angalia due the production and musicality, the content and the themes, alafu the concept and the idea, largely because of all these things zenye Juliani ana weave pamoja, inaimake a really good listen. And can you nisema the moment, of course, nilisikia Snobbish Old Man kianza, na I saw the title, I knew, nilijua this is about God. I outright knew. And venye alifanya, and tumesema the shock value na the sort of unique aspect ya approach God na religion, na kwa view God in that way as a snobbish old man. Atawapatia coins, ataki kudili na shida zenyu, lazima hize, unajua kutoka na wasata mwekea carpet from his car door to his castle, all of these things that are happening there. Nilipenda how ali deal nayo. And kenye ulisema the first time nikisikiza, because nilikuwa na phone kwa pori, nilikuwa nadhani the last beat was a different song.
Hata mimi
Kitia mwisho next time kisikia nikaangalia niko now it's the same song.
Mimi niliangalia season ilionekana as a skip
hiyo patia mwisho where anaimba, tumemention how it's not the most pleasant singing how anaimba, but tuna get the idea. The idea. Na pia nilipenda venye ali set up, because as Snobbish Old Man ends kuna sauti za chains, and then now bringing it ni kama sort of kukua freed and kupata hii redemption from the song, and go back to God, na nimesema kumpacify, unajua kwa bado tegemeo langu,
kushuku itabidi
still yani sound kama pia ana ni kama ana plead,
like hiyo voice anafanya like he's putting the work,
unaweza sikia hiyo kwa the voice. So but the moment nilisikia simultaneously, and then nasikia the drums, and you can guitar ama ni keys, nipenda the beats, nipenda how it came in, and even different beats all through the project.
The beats are banging.
right?
This time alichagua beats poa, na nikisema hivyo namaanisha kwa sasa mimi few weeks back nimefanya review ya Exponential Potential, because nilikuwa nasikia mara ya kwanza, and nikisikia, so I have it in my recent memory. Na one thing yenye ilikuwa a major issue with that album